The top stories tonight in Y News. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. highlights 123 nuclear agreement between the Philippines and the United States and the $670 million in investment pledges upon his return after his 6-day working visit. Manibela Transport Group are set to initiate a 3-day transport strike starting tomorrow, November 22. Former Senator Leila de Lima has revealed that she is not yet ready to re-enter the world of politics despite regaining her temporary freedom. And the United States Senate urges the Biden administration to push Israel to allow humanitarian aid to Gaza. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Tuesday, November 21, 2023. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Marvi Delphine. First in the news. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has returned to the country after a 6-day working visit to the United States during the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, reporting some of the accomplishments of his delegation during the trip. His discussions included meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping, Peruvian President Dina Boluarte Zagara, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, and U.S. Indo-Pacific Commander Admiral John Aquilino. Several agreements were signed, particularly regarding investments from U.S. companies. The anticipation is that these agreements will result in job opportunities for Filipinos. President Marcos highlighted another significant agreement between the Philippines and the U.S., known as the 123 Nuclear Agreement. In addition, the Philippines secured several investments from the U.S., including the utilization of artificial intelligence or AI technology.
Our discussions were, of course, very productive, with innovation, resilience, sustainability, and inclusiveness as cross-cutting themes that are buttressed by our commitment to further strengthening cooperation and to address challenges that are common to all our economies, both economic challenges and security challenges. Altogether, we return to the Philippines with more or less $670 million in investment pledges that have the potential to create thousands of direct and indirect jobs for Filipinos within our country.
The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, is reiterating that traditional jeepneys can continue to operate along their routes even after the December 31 deadline for franchise consolidation. JP Nunez will tell us why.
To break the misconception under the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program, or PUVMP, that traditional jeepneys will be phased out come January 1, 2024, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, clears the agony of jeepney operators that they can still ply their routes. The LTFRB only asks them to submit a petition for consolidation, which is a 2-pager affidavit proving that they want to cooperate with the modernization pursued by the government. The petition for consolidation will allow the LTFRB and the Land Transportation Office to inspect their units if these are still roadworthy.
Petition lang po, the intention to cooperate to the PUVMP, the LTFRB will still allow you to fly and operate on January 1, 2024 onwards. Then the rest po will follow.
Furthermore, LTFRB spokesperson Celine Pialago also gave vision to the scenario if there will be remaining franchise which will not join the consolidation. She explained that traditional jeeps will fill in the gap of the consolidated franchises on a specific route to satisfy enough numbers of public jeepneys and to avoid transport crisis. However, if they will not still join the cooperatives or corporation, they will just wait for another guidelines from the DOTR if they will be allowed on roads or they will be endorsed to social support program of TESDA for another livelihood. It can be recalled that the December 31 consolidation deadline was opposed by transport groups including Piston and Manibela, which is the root cause of their transport strike. On the other hand, the transport group Pasang Mazda believes in the PUV modernization's consolidation process as it avoids drivers to compete to get passengers.
Ang mga ugali ng driver dyan sa kanto ng abinida at ng tayuman na agawan dito, bastusan, talagang bulangan, away. So, yan o kasi iniiwas natin kasi individual operator. Naturalmente, individual driver kailangang mag-boundary.
JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Manibela Transport Group are set to initiate a 3-day transport strike starting tomorrow, November 22. They remain skeptical about the government's consolidation and modernization program, expressing their disbelief that a jeepney phase-out won't occur under this initiative. According to their president, Mar Valbuena, the Department of Transportation should halt this program altogether and instead reinstate the 5-year validity of their franchises. For them, consolidation is the initial step towards phasing out traditional jeepneys.
Wala daw pong phase out ng jeepney. Pero hindi po malinaw kung i-renew pa, i-extend pa yung mga provisional authority nung mga hindi po nag-consolidate. Dahil po, kung magko-consolidate ka, after 6 months, kailangan mo nang mag-avail ng bagong unit. Kahit wala pong pondo, meron naman daw mga private na financing company na pwedeng magpautang. So ano pa talaga ang totoo? Wala pong phase out, pero tuloy daw ang PBBM. Paano kung mangyayari na walang phase out tapos tuloy po ang PBBM? Hindi po ba?
According to data from the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, 65% of public utility vehicles have already undergone consolidation. However, the Manibela Group believes that many of these operators participated out of fear. In reality, they claim that numerous operators withdrew from the initial consolidation because they could no longer afford the financial obligations. Valbuena emphasized that their intention is not to inconvenience commuters, but rather to draw attention from the government to address their concerns. He insists that the LTFRB should listen to their grievances to put an end to transport strikes.
Nakita natin yung ating mga kasamahan na wala ng hanap buhay simula po noong nag-surrender sila ng kanilang mga prangkisa at nag-modernize. Yung iba nga ho, ninakaw yung prangkisa na modernize na nang hindi nila alam nung magre-renew na nakadrop na pala yung kanilang mga sasakyan.
Former Senator Leila de Lima has revealed that she is not prepared to re-enter the political arena. Instead, she expresses her willingness to cooperate with the International Criminal Court, or ICC. Dante Amento tells us why.
After several years of not personally participating in politics and lost her bid in the 2022 elections, former Senator Leila de Lima revealed Tuesday that she is not yet ready to enter the world of politics again, though she has regained her temporary freedom.
Mahirap. I have to be honest about it. Mahirap. Now, nowadays you cannot just bank on your own credentials to be elected. Yung track record, hindi rin sapat na track record lang. You have to deal with the realities of Philippine politics. So hindi ko alam, since bumabangon pa lang ako uli, rinirebuild ko nga yung buhay ko na sinira nila o sinubukan nilang sirain.
Meanwhile, De Lima further said she will not stop over her advocacy in promoting human rights. She expressed willingness to cooperate with the International Criminal Court or ICC's probe of the Duterte administration's war on drugs for the sake of those who seek justice for their loved ones. The former legislator believes there is no genuine investigation targeting former government top officials who are behind in the bloody drug war.
Wala naman talaga tayong nakikita na gumagalaw, na tunay, na serious, na determinado para panagutin yung mga nasa taas. Kasi ang mga nakikita lang natin, yung mga in-announce dati ng DOJ, mga ilan-ilan ng mga naging investigasyon nila, but involving only low-level perpetrators.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
The Philippine National Police has confirmed that the hair strands discovered inside the red CRV indeed match the DNA samples of Catherine Camilon's parents. Meanwhile, Police Colonel Jean Fajardo, the acting chief of the PNP Public Information Office, has noted that the authorities are eagerly awaiting the results of the blood sample found inside the abandoned vehicle.
Yung hair strands nga po na na-recover, na ilan sa mga hair strands na na-recover po ay nag-match po doon sa DNA profile po ng kanyang magulang. As to the blood po sir, ay iniintay po natin ma-finalize po yung report at nakiusap po yung forensic group na naantayin po yung official report po nila with respect po doon sa blood. Kung matatandaan niyo po sir, ay sinabi na po natin before na meron po silang ginamit, particularly yung luminol, gumamit po sila ng luminol agent po para ma-determine kung ito po bang nakitang possible blood sample po ay blood nga po. So kailangan pa po nila ng antayin yung final result po na isinagawa po. Final report po na ilalabas po ng forensic group.
The victim's whereabouts remain unknown and there is no information available regarding her current condition. Although obtaining DNA samples from Police Major Alan De Castro, one of the suspects, cannot be compelled by force, the PNP remains hopeful that they will gather enough evidence to establish his involvement. Camilon is still officially considered a missing person, while Major Alan De Castro remains under restrictive custody at the Police Regional Office 4A. Despite the positive DNA test result linking the hair strands to Camilon, the charges against the suspects still stand as kidnapping and serious illegal detention until authorities locate and confirm the well-being of Camilon.
Sa ngayon sir, yung sinampa nating kaso sir is kidnapping and serious illegal detention kasi we are the PNP unit investigating this case is still treating this case as missing person. So ganun pa rin sir, wala pa rin po tayong babaguhin dun sa nauna nating ikinaso laban sa mga suspect kung sa mga darating na araw po ay may mga iba pa po tayong ebidensya na makukuha. Kagaya ng sinabi ko po dati na this will not prevent us from amending po yung complaint na nauna na po nating ni-refer sa Batangas Prosecutor's Office.
And for the news abroad, amidst the ongoing war and increasing casualties, President Joe Biden's fellow Democrats are pushing the president to encourage Israel to allow humanitarian aid to Gaza. On Monday, a group of United States senators penned a letter to the American president, urging him to encourage Israel to reopen a major border crossing. This is to allow for the delivery of water, food, and other basic necessities to civilians. The letter was initiated by Senators Tammy Baldwin, Tim Kaine, and Chris Van Holden, and was supported by at least 8 more Senate Democrats. According to the United States nations, since attacks began on October 7th, at least 2/3 of Gaza's 2.3 million people have been made homeless. Meanwhile, the crisis between Israel and the Hamas continues to divide the U.S. Congress, with only 36 Democratic members backing calls for a ceasefire. As of now, the White House has yet to comment on the senator's correspondence to U.S. President Joe Biden. Dozens of prematurely born babies have been evacuated from Gaza's largest hospital. This evacuation comes in the midst of an unsettling situation, with Israeli tanks reportedly encircling another hospital, exacerbating an already dire humanitarian crisis. Mavian Dog will tell us why.
28 premature babies were transported to a hospital in Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip on Sunday to stabilize their condition before being transferred to Egypt on Monday for urgent treatment. Dr. Mohammed Salama reported that the newborns arrived in catastrophic condition from the now besieged Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza, where several other infants lost their lives during Israel's military assault on the city. Last week, Israeli military forces sieged and searched Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital, claiming the presence of a tunnel network leading to a Hamas military control center. A spokesperson from the World Health Organization stated that all evacuated babies are fighting serious infections and require continuous health care. In a separate incident, at least 12 people, including patients and their companions, lost their lives in an Indonesian hospital in North Gaza, with dozens injured as Israeli tanks fired into the complex. Israeli Defense Forces asserted that they took measures to minimize harm to civilians, despite the reported casualties. Mavian Dog, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Senate has realigned the 300 million pesos confidential funds initially proposed by the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT. On the last day of the budget deliberations in the upper chamber, Senator Grace Poe, who defended the DICT budget in the plenary, said that the Senate Committee on Finance restored 280 million pesos of the proposed fund as regular line items in next year's budget. This is to give the agency additional capacity to supply its needs in terms of cybersecurity and for proper auditing and monitoring. Part of the realigned budget will go to the National Computer Emergency Response Team to be used for monitoring of government systems, software renewal for the National Security Operations Center, purchase of advanced antivirus systems, and vulnerability assessment for government websites. It can be recalled that the House of Representatives stripped various government agencies of confidential funds, including that of the DICT. The Department of Trade and Industry has unveiled a crucial document that holds the economic pulse of households across the nation, the price guide for some of the most sought-after grocery items for the upcoming holiday season. Ray Pelayo will tell us why.
Around 240 shelf-keeping units or items are included in the price guide list of the Department of Trade and Industry for the rest of 2023. DTI Secretary Alfredo Pascual underscored the guide's purpose, emphasizing its role in assisting consumers in making informed choices based on their budgets.
They will see which ones are priced low and which ones are priced high. So we leave it up to the consumer to decide based on the consumer's spending propensity or spending capability.
Among the items featured in this extensive list are household essentials such as sandwich spreads, pasta, elbow macaroni, tomato sauce, salad macaroni, spaghetti sauce, ham, fruit cocktail, cheese, queso de bola, mayonnaise, and all-purpose cream. Breaking down the numbers, out of the 240 listed items, 152 will see an increase in price, 34 will remain unaffected by adjustments, while 21 will experience a decrease. In response to this development, the supermarkets group has voiced support, stating that the Department of Trade and Industry's new strategy in guiding consumers is viewed as favorable to both retailers and the broader economy.
If it's just a pseudo SRP and not the usual SRP na whole year round pinapatupad ng DTI, I think this is better. Why? Kasi yun na nga, free enterprise dapat.
Secretary Pascual suggests that for those seeking more economical options, exploring the sales sector might yield budget-friendly alternatives. Ray Pilayo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
More than 3,000 families in the southern Mindanao region are grappling with the aftermath of a 6.8 magnitude earthquake that struck on Friday afternoon. According to the latest report from the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or NDRRMC, the earthquake has affected 3,696 families in the Davao region and Soxargen, equivalent to more than 16,000 individuals. As of now, the death toll remains at 9, with 16 individuals reported injured. The earthquake has caused damage to over 1,500 houses. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, has reported 113 aftershocks, with 6 of them being felt, ranging from magnitudes 1.4 to 4.7. PHIVOLCS anticipates that aftershocks will continue in the coming days, although their intensity is expected to decrease. Meanwhile, the local government of Glan in Sarangani province has declared a state of calamity following the damages caused by the 6.8 quake. This declaration allows the utilization of calamity funds to address the immediate needs of the affected residents. A stern warning has been issued to dealers and manufacturers of firecrackers and pyrotechnics in Bukawe, Bulacan. The local government unit, in collaboration with the Bureau of Fire Protection and the Philippine National Police of Bukawe, is implementing an operation plan. This operation is a proactive measure aimed at preventing accidents and fires that could prove deadly, especially due to a potential lack of care in handling these explosive materials. Nestor Torres will tell us why.
In proactive effort to ensure safety both inside and outside the stores and fireworks establishments in Bukawe, Bulacan, more than 100 dealers and manufacturers gathered this morning to undergo training on the proper handling of firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices.
Pinakamahalaga po ito na taon-taong ginagawa ng Bukawe dahil po alam nila na pangunahing factor na kailangan namin ay yung magkaroon kami ng tamang kaalaman doon sa safety handling ng mga produkto.
The training covered various aspects, including the proper use of fire extinguisher and understanding smoke fire detectors to enhance fire prevention and management.
According po sa fire code, kinakailangan po natin ng fire safety seminar and fire drill. So, required po yung ating mga establishment na makapag-undergo po ng fire safety seminar at fire drill. So, pagdating naman po sa fire extinguisher, tandaan lang po natin ang TPAS. So, twist the pin, pull the pin, the base, tapos squeeze the lever, and then yung pinaka-last po is sweep from side to side. So pag alam po natin yung mga basic po na yun, magagamit po natin ito ng tama at hindi po tayo makakapag-panic at magkakaroon po tayo ng confident na gamitin to. Nire-require po ang smoke detector para ma-detect po, syempre, yung smoke at maging ma-alarma po yung mga tao. Hindi lang po yun nandun sa establishment na may smoke po na nangyari. Kasi isa po yung smoke sa sign na mayroong fire.
The session also addressed prohibited items in the stores and fireworks, particularly oversized or large types, expired products, and those not accredited by the Department of Trade and Industry with the Philippine Standard Mark. Leia Alapide, President of PPMDAI, supported these restrictions, emphasizing the importance of adhering to safety guidelines to avoid fire and disasters.
Basta panatilihin pa rin po natin yung ating mga safety guidelines, tuparin po natin yung ating mga dapat isubmit na mga requirements, na mga kulang-kulang kung meron man, at isagawa natin kung ano yung nararapat.
Bukawi Vice Mayor Sherwin Tugna highlighted the stability of the fireworks industry in Bukawi, but emphasizing the need to extreme caution. Tugna stressed that safety is paramount given the explosive nature of fireworks, and sellers must prioritize proper handling to safeguard lives.
Napakahalaga ng safety sa pag-handle ng mga paputok at pailaw dahil alam naman natin na pulbura yan. Lagi nilang ine-emphasize sa mga nagtitinda ng paputok dito sa aming bayan ng Bukawi, sa may-ari, sa mga nasa loob ng tindahan, yung proper handling at yung para sa safety ng pagtitinda ng mga paputok. So napakahalaga nito dahil buhay ang nakataya.
It was emphasized that operating a fireworks shop without a license permit from local government units and Camp Crame is strictly prohibited. In Bukawi, only 10 establishments have manufacturing permit, 7 in the town of Santa Maria and 1 in San Rafael. The corresponding license permit fees are 10,000 for manufacturers, 5,000 for dealers, and 1,500 for retailers. Nestor Torres, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
And in other global news, the cause of the leakage of an estimated 1 million gallons of crude oil in the Gulf of Mexico is still under investigation. Various measures have been implemented to prevent the further spread of the crude oil, with the cooperation of the U.S. Coast Guard and the National Response Team consisting of 15 federal entities responding to oil pollution incidents. Approximately 1.1 million gallons or 26,190 barrels of crude oil have been released from the pipeline. The ongoing oil cleanup efforts involve the U.S. Coast Guard searching for the source of the oil leak using underwater devices along the Louisiana coast in the Gulf of Mexico. As of now, there have been no reported injuries or immediate impact on the shoreline. However, the potential environmental consequences of an oil spill, including damage to the sea creatures and the possibility of making seafood toxic, highlight the urgency of prompt cleanup measures. In a seismic shift within OpenAI, the controversial departure of its CEO, Sam Altman, has exposed deep divisions over the safety of artificial intelligence, or AI development, and its societal ramifications. This clash of perspectives reflect a fundamental disagreement between two factions within the AI community. Olga Chelyan tells us why.
Altman's dismissal from OpenAI, the organization behind the popular ChatGPT chatbot, highlighted contrasting viewpoints on AI safe deployment as one camp, represented by Altman, advocates for rapid development and real-world implementation to refine the technology through practical use, whereas an opposing group insists on meticulous lab testing to ensure AI safety before widespread adoption, prioritizing caution over expeditious deployment. At the core of this debate is the fear among some tech workers aligned with the effective altruism movement that unchecked advancements in hyper-intelligent AI could spiral out of control, potentially leading to catastrophic consequences. Meanwhile, Ilya Sutskever, OpenAI's chief scientist and a pivotal figure in Altman's removal, was apprehensive about Altman's swift integration of OpenAI software into public use, emphasized the lack of solutions to govern potentially super intelligent AI, and prevent it from going rogue. Amidst discussion for Altman's reinstatement that eventually fizzled out, the future trajectory of OpenAI remains uncertain, as the company's fate is deemed crucial in shaping the AI landscape, evident from the surge in investments by tech giants like Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon following ChatGPT's release. This race to exhibit progress in AI has pushed several firms to expedite production development. Yet regulators, including the Biden administration and the European Union, are striving to keep pace by formulating guidelines and overseeing AI's evolution. OpenAI's transformation from a non-profit to a hybrid entity spearheaded by Altman's initiatives aimed at raising funds has underscored concerns about profit-driven motives steering the AI agenda, with the appointment of Emmett Shear, former head of Twitch, as interim CEO signals a potential shift towards a more cautious approach in AI development. Paul Gatchalian, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
United States President Joe Biden celebrated his 81st birthday, marking another year in his storied life. Speaking at the annual Thanksgiving turkey pardon at the White House on Monday, November 20th, President Biden jokingly addressed the crowd, but with the approaching milestone of his 82nd birthday. Questions about his age and its potential impact on a potential re-election bid have become prominent.
And by the way, it's my birthday today, and they can actually sing birthday music. I just want you to know it's difficult turning 60. Difficult.
President Biden currently holds the title of the oldest commander-in-chief in U.S. history. If re-elected for a second term, he would conclude his presidency at the age of 86. The topic of age has become a significant point of discussion in politics, with critics and even some supporters expressing concerns about Biden's ability to effectively lead the nation for another term. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, however, remains confident in the president's capabilities.
What I can speak to is how we see this, what our perspective is. Our perspective is that it's not about age, it's about the president's experience. That's what we believe.
And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. I am Oralyn Quijano, live from Toronto, Canada. Good evening.
Team Philippines achieved remarkable success at the recently concluded 16th Wushu Championship in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, USA, bringing home a total of 4 medals. In the Dulian event, Mark Ragay, Mark Polo, and Vincent Ventura secured gold medals, showcasing their excellence in this category. Agatha Wong earned a silver medal for her outstanding performance in the Taijijan event. Furthermore, 3 silver medals were claimed in the Sanda category, with Jennifer Alipio, 48 kilograms, Arnel Mandal, 52 kilograms, and Clemente Taburaga Jr., 65 kilograms, demonstrating their skill and prowess. Russell Diaz added to the medal tally with a bronze medal in the 48-kilogram Sanda event. In addition to the medals, 8 Taolu athletes from Team Philippines have qualified for the World Cup, marking a significant achievement for the team. Our Kasangbahay, as the world faces these trying times amid the various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity.
Good day. I'm Brother Eli Soriano of the members of the Church of God International. I want to invite you to join us in a minute of prayer every day to pray for humanity and the whole world as we go through these perilous times. While safety measures like washing of hands and strengthening of our immune systems, may help us through this horrible predicament. There is still no precaution or cure more powerful than God's mighty intervention. And we need His intervention now more than ever. It doesn't matter what religion you are in or what denomination you belong. This is an invitation for all the people around the world who cares for the future of their family, friends, loved ones, and humanity as a whole. Everybody is welcome to pray with us. For more details, you can check out the description box below. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon. May God bless you.
And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God. From the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 15, it says, "For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men." And those are the reasons behind the news November 21, 2023. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. Because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Marvy Delfin, live from Australia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Altogether, we return to the Philippines with more or less $670 million in investment pledges that have the potential to create thousands of direct and indirect jobs for Filipinos within our country.
Petition lang po, the intention to cooperate to the PBBM, the LTFRB will still allow you to fly and operate on January 1, 2024 onwards. Then the rest po will follow.
Ang mga ugali ng driver dyan sa kanto ng abinida at ng tayuman na agawan dito, bastusan, talagang gulangan, away. So, yan o kasi iniiwas natin kasi individual operator. Naturalmente, individual driver kailangan mag-boundary.
Nakita natin yung ating mga kasamahan na walan ng hanap buhay simula po noong nag-surrender sila ng kanilang mga prangkisa at nag-modernize. Yung iba nga ho, ninakaw yung prangkisa na modernized na nang hindi nila alam nung magre-renew na nakadrop na pala yung kanilang mga sasakyan.
Mahirap. I have to be honest about it. Mahirap. Now, nowadays you cannot just bank on your own credentials to be elected. Yung track record, hindi rin sapat na track record lang. You have to deal with the realities of Philippine politics. So hindi ko alam, since bumabangon pa lang ako uli, rebuild ko nga yung buhay ko na sinira nila o sinubukan nilang sirain.
Yung hair strands nga po na na-recover, na ilan sa mga hair strands na na-recover po ay nag-match po doon sa DNA profile po ng kanyang magulang. As to the blood po sir, ay iniintay po natin ma-finalize po yung report at nakiusap po yung forensic group na naantayin po yung official report po nila with respect po doon sa blood. Kung matatandaan niyo po sir, ay sinabi na po natin before na meron po silang ginamit, particularly yung luminol, gumamit po sila ng luminol agent po para ma-determine kung ito po bang nakitang possible blood sample po ay blood nga po. So kailangan pa po nila ng antayin yung final result po na isinagawa po. Final report po na ilalabas po ng forensic group.
And by the way, it's my birthday today and they can actually sing birthday music. I just want you to know it's difficult turning 60. Difficult.
What I can speak to is how we see this, what our perspective is. Our perspective is that it's not about age, it's about the president's experience. That's what we believe.